Hello everyone, I'm Nekroz Mekk. You might know me from my own YouTube channel or on Farfa's Discord, where I'm actually pretty active. And I wanted to show you guys Mekk Knight Nekroz, or in short, just Mekkroz. Essentially the deck Farfa couldn't play in his streams. So yeah, let's get right into it. So for the Nekroz monsters, we are playing one Nekroz of Trishula. He's easily searchable. You mostly only need to play one, since playing more is kind of bricky, and you don't use the discard effect. We'll be using something different later on for that. And for the next Nekroz monster, we're playing only one Valkyrus. Valkyrus Battle Fader effect is actually not important. Only the tribute effect is important, and as such, he's just in combo piece. And if you were bricking in Nekroz, you were usually bricking because you drew way too many high-level rituals, which you can't really summon. So playing only one of Valkyrus really mitigates the problem. It's something quite insane we've been trying, but I think it has worked out pretty well so far. And we're playing one copy of Nekroz Mekk, one copy of myself. He adds another Nekroz monster from the deck to hand. Shout out to myself. We're playing one Nekroz of Unicorn. Essentially self-explanatory as Brionek. You can summon him. We are ditching Herald, searching a ritual card. Also, he's essentially skill drain for every extra deck monster on the field if he's face up on the field. And his discard effect is actually pretty good as well. So we're playing two Nekroz of Clausulas. Usually I would have played 3 because you want Clausulas in the grave or as tribute for Trish, or to banish it off via a spell card. But I felt like playing too many of Clausulas can actually brick, and since Clausulas is searchable, playing playing less than 3 would be acceptable. And since hard drawing him is good, playing more than 1 is acceptable. So like the middle is 2. So like, don't at me. For the Nekroz spells, we're playing one Mirror, because the purpose of Mirror is usually to summon any high-level Nekroz monster from your hand, which we're playing only 2 of. And as such, you can play less Mirrors, and it will still work out pretty fine, because you would just hurt your combo pieces anyway. We're playing 2 Kaleidos. Kaleidos is actually not that great, I feel like, because you only of course it's very important, it's one of your starter combos mainly, but like you're only resolving it once to summon Unicorn, ditching a Herald, or like summoning a Trish and a Clausulas together to Trish your opponent like that, and it's kind of awkward. Contrary to that, we're playing also to Nekroz Cycle, which in my opinion is really important. Nekroz of Cycle can revive a Nekroz monster from your grave by attributing from your hand or field. So, like you can usually resummon Brionek with it and continue from there. And since Cycle is kind of loopable in that kind of sense, Cycle is way better. Like, if you don't like playing 5 ritual spells, I would probably play around with 3 Cycle instead of just 2 in that case. Like there's a reason it's limited in the OCG. We're also playing 2 Benton, mainly the card that makes Cycle so great. So the thing about Benton is that not only is there a combo that allows you to search an Arclord Crystal, which you're also playing, but like if you're tributing a Benton off of Volk or off of Cycle using Brionek, you can search a Manju and extend your plays from there, or like summon Christia, lock your opponent out of the game and win that way. And we're also of course playing Manju, but the funny thing is that we're only playing 2 Manju, not 3, because Manju is actually searchable. So like, I kind of want different starter cards than Manju or Senju, and 2 is actually works fine. And you need to take space to actually be able to play in the meta, so yeah. We're also playing Triple Gale Dogra. playing, because Gale Dogra is just a straight up +1, also drawing one Gale Dogra with a Nekroz monster that isn't Trish, is an instant Christian on the field, and it's just an auto win if you're going first, or just like 2,800 damage together with Embolg and Briarneck if you have 2 Nekroz names instead of just one. So that's basically game, so Gale Dogra is actually really important. Pay the life points, no balls. We're also playing triple prep. It's kind of self-explanatory. You can add a ritual monster from your deck and a spell from the grave. The spell effect from the grave is actually keeps you in the game, so yeah. So the spicy part about the deck: 2 Mekk Knight Blue Sky, 2 Mekk Knight Purple Nightfall, 1 Shifty Boy. Shifty Boy moves around, as you can tell. The idea of playing Mekkroz actually arises from a pun that Mekkroz sounds really funny as a name, but like in testing it was actually pretty decent, because drawing one of those Mekk Knights would deal like 4,000 damage, and drawing something like Gale Dogra or just a Manju and a spell and an engine card would dish out like 4,000 damage as well. So like you got the Mekk Knights to seal the deal. Also they are like additional fodder to some monsters, tribute monsters, etc., which comes up way more often than expected. Then to the tech cards, we're playing triple Ash. Ash is okay this format, I believe, but the main reason for Ash is actually Shed Right, because like you can kaiju Sky Striker. Yeah, the Widow Anchors are turned off, but like cards like Shed Right are still alive, and they can fuck you up very much. So I think 3 Ash are pretty necessary in my opinion. And you can also just Ash like Dragon Roar, it would also work out pretty well. What's really spicy is that we're playing 1 Solaris, because Solaris is searchable, and as such you can do the Christia combo, and if you got a ritual search, in addition to that you can search Solaris and protect Solaris from, protect Christia from being anchored or being impermanent like that, and that would often win you the game on the spot, I think. So passing on Christia plus Solaris is pretty hard to beat. And also we are playing 6 Kaijus, just 2 Gameciel and
3 Gameciel.
Yeah, 3. I'm sorry, 3 Gameciel. I don't have a 3rd Gadala, but like 3 Gadala I would play. Essentially because Kaijus are the most reliable way to out Colossus, and they synergize quite well because they're level 8 and you can summon them often, and they also turn off Sky Striker spells, so Kaijus can do a lot, and especially in a going second deck like this. Like what's actually pretty mad is if your opponent like has some back row cards and he has like a Shizuku, and you just Kaiju that Shizuku, and now you got two cards in one column, so you can like blue sky for a +1, which is really great. Also, what's great about the Mekk Knights is that no, that's Ash. That they bail out negations like Ash, so that's another plus for the Mekk Knights. Shoutouts to Kaiju Sovereign on Farfa's Discord, by the way. And also we are playing triple Instant Fusion, because Instant Fusion, together with the Kaiju and a way to search Manju, or Manju itself can destroy a whole Sky Striker board on the spot. Because what you do is like, you give them 1 Kaiju, then you just summon a level 4 in some way. You can summon Unicorn, or you can search Tribute Benton in some way, make it that way, and you can just instant out Mod Dragon, overlay into Exeton, pop that board, which we'll also see later on. Or you can just do Fast Rise Restrict to suck up the Colossus. That was pretty much the main 40 cards. Like, playing more than 40 is basically murder. Either you play 40 or you play 60, but 60 is way more sophisticated. And I don't think Nekroz could play 60 very soon. To the extra deck, tokens. Shoutouts to the locals in Hamburg. They're pretty great guys. Shoutouts to Jan Stenzel, to Steven who gave me that token for no reason. I should play it in Utrecht, I did. Then for the extra deck, we're playing Triple Herald. One, I don't actually know his name. It's just an Assault Blackwing, and you can summon him. You can actually summon him like using a Trish and an Ash. So you have a 3k undestructible beta that might come up in the future, but like you want to have the option, and that would be better in that scenario as just some random blue eyes monster you can't summon anyway. So like, why not play him? And also one Entis. The Triple Heralds are for like you use 2 for Galdogra, 1 for the Unicorn, which is kind of understandable. Entis is there so you can turn Galdogra into a threat to out the floodgates, to out special stuff like that. Also, you can play around stuff like Shadrite or Droll because you're still Collider or Unicorn for value if you pop a card of them. Entis is mandatory, I think. I don't play any other ritual. I don't play any other Collider Faunas because like level 11 comes up very it's very situational, and if it comes up you probably lost the game anyway. So like not playing anything but 12 and 4 is actually enough already. Then for the instant fusion target, we're playing one Thousand Eyes Restrict together with the Linkarubo. You can instant fusion out Linkarubo, but like with Thousand Eyes, it actually has some synergy with the Mekk Knights because you can like set a card, summon a Mekk Knight, then you can do you can set instant fusion, summon a Mekk Knight, then you can instant out Thousand Eyes Restrict, suck up a monster from them, and if you suck up a monster from them, it goes. You can put it in a column like that, and you can summon something like Shifty Boy or Purple Nightfall for value. So it's actually really great. For the other instant fusion target, we're playing Mud Dragon. Mud Dragon is way better than Rare Fish because Mud Dragon can protect a certain type for a turn, basically. Together with the one Exiton Knight, because you can do it. You can build Exiton really easily. So like, also then we're playing, I don't know the name of that guy, and I don't have him either, but like you play one Galaxy rank 8 to rank up into Dark Matter, and the whole purpose, the Galaxy rank 8 you should play should be that one new monster from Battles BLRR, which can negate a monster effect just by detaching one. And you play Dark Matter because, first of all, you put it on top of the Galaxy Xyz monster, of course, and you need something to attack over Titan if you have a Unicorn on the field. So that's the whole reason, actually. And also, for the Link monsters, we're playing one Phoenix, which is understandable. We're playing one Underclock, because you can give your opponent a Kaiju, you can give your Sky Striker opponent a Kaiju, then summon out 2 monsters with Mekk Knights, I don't know, reduce the attack of the Kaiju, then you can Link climb into Trisvania, pop the entire board, burn them for like 2000 damage, I don't know, and then you can Link up into Bomber Dragon, and not only is Bomber Dragon great on its own, but you can attack like into the Kaiju you reduce to 0, and not only would Bomber Dragon deal like 3000 on itself on a reduced Kaiju, but Bomber Dragon burns for the base attack, so you burn for an additional like 2/2 or 2/7, which can be pretty game sealing most of the time. So since it was just this has been an extra deck. For the side deck, I don't have one at the moment. This isn't a tournament report either, so I just made the deck on the spot, and I thought I would like to share it with you guys. For the side deck, I would recommend Denko Sekka, because Denko Sekka is an auto win against Sky Striker. The only reason I don't have Denko Sekka in the main right now is because of the Mekk Knights, because you can't set your own cards anymore. And actually, Instant Fusion works really great in that aspect. And other than Denko Sekka, I guess you need to play a lot more Thunder Dragon Hate, since you can actually just auto lose to Thunder Dragon if you don't draw like several Kaijus or similar. For any last words, I give a shout out to my locals Raid and Trade here in Karlsruhe. they're really cool. They're really cool guys. Helped me grow up in a way. Also, I give a shout out to everyone in Farfa's Discord. You should probably join the Discord, but like keep a low profile until you hit like scam rule. So like shout out to all the graphs, to all the drag geeks, to all. Did I mention scams yet? Yes, to all the scams. Yeah, I think that would be it. So like that was my deck, and I hope you like it. If you have any questions, you can just write them in the comments down below. Oh, and also shout out to my own Nekroz Discord. You can ask me on Farfa's Discord for the invite, I think, if that is allowed. Actually, I'm not sure. We came up with the Mekkroz idea and we built it together. So like, yeah, that's the origin of the deck. And yeah, thank you guys for your attention, and I hope until next time. I don't know, maybe.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Use the promo code Farfa 5% for 5% off all of your orders. Stop.